Good morning, everybody. It is Thursday. God, it does not feel like a Thursday. I almost thought it was Friday today. I'm like, oh shit, did I miss a day? No, it's Thursday. It it's one of those types of days, but I hope everyone's doing well today. I know I'm doing quite alright. But if you're not doing alright, I do hope things do end up getting better for you. And if not, well, let's just hope they do end up better. And there's always tomorrow, after all. Every day is different in its own way, but there's always a bit of joy every here and there if you look for it. Um, so since last time, the main thing I did, um, was AFK and, do a bit of mining, for ores, down in, and, like, flatten the area, like, a bunch of stuff like that. Um, in terms of andesite, I've been collecting quite a bit of it. I don't think 4 stacks is enough, but it's something. Um, And then over here, I've been mainly waiting for the light gray sheep to slowly produce the wool that we need. And I did a little... Yeah, we only have 60. Yeesh. Do we have any more in the house? I don't think we do. Oh, hi, Wandering Trader. Didn't see you there. Um, nothing too new. But, those are some of the main things I really did. Do I have any in here? No, I only have normal gray. Um, as well as I did a bit of work up here. Um, in terms of like the creative world, for example, the main thing, actually, I just realized I completely forgot my building blocks. Um, the main thing I did in like the creative world since last time I even showed it off is finished writing stuff. I also did add a miscellaneous to this bottom chest, mainly because scaffolding, because I made scaffolding. It's kind of underrated in my opinion for actually how useful it is. It's perfect for going up. Like, that's its main use for me, is going up. But as you can see, I started getting some of the light gray wool in. I didn't even realize we had light gray sheep up here. That gives me an idea. I didn't realize they were up here. Do I have any more light gray dye? Because then I can dye the other sheep up there. And just shear them. Dyes, dyes, dyes. We have 2 gray, so we can make 4 light gray from this. So at least there is that. And tools. Ooh, 66. I'm probably gonna want to make a second one just in case. There we go. Yeah, I'm glad I ended stream early yesterday because not even 10 minutes after, I lost all my power. Basically the county was cutting stuff around the power lines and a mistake happened and it got fixed pretty quickly. But, yay. Don't you just love when that type of shit happens? Gonna need this. Okay. Light gray. Because we need a lot of light gray wool for this. And I feel like it's gonna be worth it just to get the sheep up here as well. Like, yeah, I'm gonna have to shear them myself. But I know how much we need, and it is a lot. Ooh, perfect. Because every bit matters here. Okay, so... But yeah, I hope everyone's doing well. And, yeah, I haven't done too much since last time. Thankfully, there's a lot of it's just easy, like, boom, did this, this, this. Just the boring stuff. And eventually I'm gonna fill this with andesite, because I looked inside. So these, as you can see, once I get this going around here, then I can just layer it off with andesite, and I can do the upper part, is my plan. So it's going to go to andesite, and then we'll have the roof, which is going to go in an A-frame, I think, is what I'm going to do. Um, and if not an A-frame, it's going to, like, my main idea is to look at possible A-frames. Um, but I'm going to have to do an A-frame like this. And then over here, I'm going to do two mini ones for the doors. And then the A-frame will end for this part, where it will go into a small thing that kind of like bends. Um, and then eventually we'll add like a basement and stuff, and I kind of want to turn this into a mini museum. At least that's my idea. Doesn't mean that's what's gonna happen, but it's just my main idea. But as you can kind of see, I was able to get all the way over here. I've made it before. I know I can make it again. And flop. But yeah. I know I plan to hunt for some wither skulls as well today. So that's another thing I want to try and do. Um, those are kind of my main plans, are wither skulls and finishing up at least this. I know the wither skull hunting is going to be a pain in the fucking ass, because we're going to basically have to clear out a lot of another fortress and stuff, and then the issue is we can't fully spawn proof it until we actually fight the wither. Because we can make it so only wither skeletons spawn um through wither roses um in those areas, which is the big plan that I have here. Doesn't mean it's going to work out, but it's the plan. But yeah, I can kind of show you what I'm gonna do. So like this right here, we're gonna have the andesite, because this is gonna be the thinnest of layers going up to the andesite, is my plan. So that it's like, okay, it's just the transition. And then it's gonna fully transition to andesite for the last bit, where it's going to go like the cobblestone on the opposite bit. So it's going to have to go up 1, 2, 3 type area if I want to fully cover. And as you can see, there are parts that I'm going to need to go back and just like, okay. And there are going to be parts that are going to stick up as well, is my plan. It's just going to take time. A lot of it, and a lot of effort. Because one of the main things we need is light gray wool, and I just don't have the black wool for it. Like, I can get white dye, pretty easily, and I don't have the black dye, I mean, not white dye, and black, blah, 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 not, black wool. Because I don't have enough of the, black dye, so we'll have to farm squids for that if we want it, or wait until my sheep produces enough, which, ow, easier said than done. But as you can kind of see, this is kind of the like top of this I'm gonna do, and then I want to do a specific thing, because we're gonna have the pillar type things with smaller A-frames, but I kind of want the top to look a bit different. Um, because, for example, if you give me a moment, um, muse. I can pull up, for example, like the outside of some museums. Um, like a lot of them, um, copy. I'm gonna have to save image here. Um, museum. Sure. Um, this one is from St. Charles, um, Borromeo, that I'm gonna show off. Um, like as you can, oh frick, that's a big one. I always forget how big some of these are. Just give me a sec as I shrink it. But like as you can kind of see from this, it's still like, but as you can see, like it has like the A-frame thing at the top, and then it has like the little thing in between, as well as like the fence thing. So I'm thinking of kind of doing something like that, or something closer to um because I've visited Chicago before as well as a few other museums throughout. This is one that I've actually been to. Um, I think you'll like this one. Yeah, I don't care, computer. I'm just replacing the image because it's easier. Boom! And it replaces for you guys instantly. This is another one I looked at. Like I was looking at all sorts of different museum types. And those are two of them that I looked at the most. Um, and that's kind of my plan. I kind of want to mix up a bit of things from them, and one of them being like the A-frame bit. So I could do it there, and like if I build these pillars up, do that, and then like a line on the outside going all the way to the top. And what I could do is I could do fences, or I could do another A-frame. I'm thinking about doing the A-frame, but I also could do the fences. The issue is as you can like kind of tell from this, for example, they stay a similar color to an extent with some of the museums. Because, for example, if I bring up which one is a good image that I can replace? Because museums don't look the same all the time. Like some of them have some weird designs. Some have more flat, like, and then there's ones like this, which, dear God, like it's such a unique design in its own regard. And then you got ones from like London or this is one that I always found to be interesting and I want to go here. Like, oh, I can't even save it. Never mind. It's a children's museum, yeah, and I don't care if I'm an adult. It looks cool because it has a freaking dinosaur going through the roof. Um, but like a lot of them are brick, marble, stone type stuff. Very unique shapes and sizes. Um, here's one that I can show off that looks one of the best. And then I could show this one off. This one, for example, is what I've actually thought about doing for like the A-frames. As you can kind of see, it changes to a darker. But if I were to do like the roof, I think I'd do like a dark prismarine, but that's gonna require a lot of black wool and a lot of black dye. God, I called it wool again. But I could do copper. Um, those are just some of the ideas that I've been kind of going through my head about it. I'm not like 100% yet, but it's kind of my main ideas for now. Because I do really want to like get some of those down and stuff eventually. And we'll just have to see how it goes. Because a lot of those are very particular. But I think like doing that with like the darker color will look nice and kind of coincide with the inside a bit better. So I might use like a tuff or something instead. Gonna grab these. Because either way, we're gonna have to go down and mine for a lot. And there are some ways I could do it without as much issue. I could technically make if I spent the time, I could make a chunk loader. I know how to do it. I've done it before. But I also know that if I do it too many times, it's inevitably gonna cause lag. We also need to do the pillars on the sides. Um, so like we got here, for example. But we're gonna want pillars on the other sides, because while we only have two, it's like, well, crap. And boom. I love these scaffolding, and even then, we're still gonna have to get the stuff for the rest of the armor and shit, because we need all the diamonds, ancient debris, and stuff like that, and that's gonna stack up, because we're gonna need to make a tunnel bore in the nether as well, and oh shit, I never filled that in. Um, and that's gonna be a really annoying one just because it's a tunnel bore. And those tunnel bores usually require ancient debris or something else. And yeah, I could use obsidian, but as anyone who's played factions knows, in any form, obsidian technically can be blown up under certain circumstances, but not easily. It technically can be blown up. Um, and yeah, it takes a lot of TNT and it requires a lot at once. But I'm also like, I think I might play it safe because ancient debris just can't be blown up. And yeah, I could do the whole, let's just do a bunch of tunnels, but this is to save time in the long run. But of course, that also means I'm going to need a lot of slime and a lot of other random debauchery and bull crap. Of course we don't have gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because what we're going to have to do here is we're going to have to basically just deal with wither skeletons and stuff. Like, that's one of the things we have to do either way. Gonna need more firework rocks. Do I have any more in here? Cool. Should probably also grab some extra food. Gonna need to replenish this soon. Um, but yeah, like, of course we still have our stuff like get the special maps, find more trials, etc., etc. But like the Wither has been on the top of our list for a while because not only do we need the Nether Star, we need a beacon, we need a bunch of other stuff because a beacon's gonna make my life 10 times easier. We could also technically set up a thing going to the Nether roof. I know how to break bedrock. I've done it before. Like, I've done a lot of that stuff before. But, there was one thing I actually was debating adding to this, and it's not a mod, but a data pack. Um, and what I was debating, actually, maybe I could find that one Nether fortress. Um, frick, where was it? I have that book. Where'd I put that book? Um, I just thought about that. Is in here? -5, 158, -1425. Okay. But my biggest thought was adding some data packs. One of them being Blazing Caves, I believe it's called, which adds hundreds of achievements. But to get that, we would need to get a stack of every block as an achievement, for example. Like, it adds some difficult-ass achievements. Okay, so we need to go 158, -425. And I actually did think about it. I don't know for sure if I'm going to, but, like, for example, if you guys find it interesting, I might do it. Um, and if I don't, like, and that's if I don't, like, because one of the things we will need Because we're gonna need this to resummon the Ender Dragon for an achievement. Ooh, 3 of them. And actually, if I remember correctly, um, give me a sec. I am looking this up real quick. Um, Wither skeleton spawn. Because wither skeletons can spawn on soul sand, if I remember correctly. They're found only in Nether Fortress and are the only renewable coal source. Between 0 and 7 in groups of up to 4, there are only mobs that can spawn inside of wither roses due to immunity of damage. Um, the what? I didn't know this. In Bedrock Edition, in normal and hard difficulties, the wither will spawn 3 to 4 wither skeletons. What? Um, so to get the skull, we have a one in. So we have a to get one of these, we have an 8.5 chance with our sword. Um, so we could also just guarantee it with a charged creeper, but good luck getting one of those. Um, it doesn't say what blocks it spawns on. Will only spawn in another fortress. Um, no. It only will spawn inside the fortress. I know that. Um, yeah, it is a surprise though that wither skeletons don't spawn in the Soul Sand Valley. That is a good question. I just noticed that when I was reading through. Um, I feel like in case, because yeah, they're the only thing that can spawn inside wither roses. But I think they still need to be in what's considered a nether fortress. So I want to test some stuff with this. Um, let's grab 10 of each. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I'm gonna grab 18 instead. 2, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, now back to our search for the Nether Fortress. Um, because yeah, with the Wither, what I'm gonna be doing is we're gonna have to spawn a bunch of like chickens around where we spawn it, just for the Wither roses alone, and I can make a farm easily from that. Okay, I can't go through up here. This is the difficult part. Um, you know, I just had an, you know, I'm just, oh, frick. Um, so this will lead me over to here. Because I always forget, I can just, okay, so I am using Silk Touch. I was making sure. Um, and then I can pop. This is the thing I hate about the Nether the most, is just the random pockets of lava. You really, the random pockets of lava you run into, because it's annoying. Another one I was actually thinking about, was the bridging thing that allows me to just bridge forward. But I know that's not a data pack and it's a mod, but it's such a small quality of life thing, I've actually debated it. Like, I've actually debated adding, like, a few of those quality of life mods, um, just in general, and, like, data packs. Like, one, for example, is, monster head drops being a thing for all creatures. The different types of heads that you can get, blockheads, I believe they're called, which is a data pack that Hermitcraft uses, for example. Um, I really like that data pack from my own like use of it because it's very good for creative building. I used to use it a lot, but it's one of the ideas I've actually had. But yeah, I've looked at a few of those mainly because like yeah, we're playing vanilla here, but it's also like I kind of want to add a bit of like challenge as well through like data packs and stuff because I think that would just be fun. Okay. I mean, either way, I'm gonna have to go and collect some of this stuff. But I think it would be a cool thing to actually like do that with some of it. And I know that like some of the rewards for some of those achievements are very specific. Like there's one for collecting all the armor trims, one for walk. I think there's one for touching grass, if I remember correctly. I think I just saved myself a lot of damage there. Um, Yeesh, I fell from high up. But yeah, those were some of the ideas I had. It doesn't mean I'm going to do them, but I think it would be a fun little thing to try. Trying to complete a data pack like that. Because it's one of the harder ones from what I've heard. It's one of those harder data packs to complete, but once you do, like it's very satisfying or something. Because I don't know how long it fully takes. I know that, like for example, I think last I heard someone tried to do it with their friend, the collecting like all the blocks and it took them like 20 something hours and that was with help. But if we started in this world, if it let me, it'd be interesting to see what happened. And of course, there would probably be some achievements I'd just naturally get from just logging in. Because I know there's an achievement in there that's like, max out a piece of gear. Oh, wow. But we'll just have to see. Um, but I still think it would be fun. Okay, so negative 1425. Oh shit, we really far past it. On that side. Actually, so negative 158. Ooh, a warped forest? Oh my god, a bastion. Not what I was looking for. Um, well then. I guess sometimes you do find stuff you ain't looking for. But I don't want to deal with it without a bow, preferably. Yee. Okay, so we have to go this way. Um, bitch. There we go. Um, oh wow, I didn't even go in the right area over here. Um, keep going this way. If I remember, I went like in a really weird direction for this one. Because this one was like one of those where it's like I had to go like a weirder direction. Um, yeah, fuck off, gas. Okay, so I need to go this way. Because I know eventually I do want to get to the nether roof as well. Like, there's a bunch of different achievements I want to get. That are just, like, personal stuff. Ow. One of which being, like, just overall, like, getting to the nether roof, breaking some bedrock. Like, I know there's unobtainables in the game, like the portal block, the bedrock, the trial spawners and stuff. Like, those are just unobtainables in general. Am I doing this again? God damn it. Ah. Yeesh. I don't know if going down there is the best idea. So like right here. And how I'm gonna mark this is, boom, easy. And I can always slowly get it back to base later on. But the main plan is to try and see what this one looks like. Um, okay. Oof. But, yeah, I dealt with a few of the ideas in my brain, and, like, over time. I haven't fully figured it out, though. But I think it could be fun to try some of those data packs. But, it's really up to, if I end up deciding to do it or not. Because, like, nonetheless, I think it could be fun. It would definitely be time consuming. Honestly, that's an understatement. It will be it will be time consuming, no matter what we do. Because, ow. Because no matter what we do, it's gonna still end up being a thing that we're gonna have to deal with. Um, is some of the blocks are just going to be more difficult. Like, if we were to collect every item, and that's if we decide to include enchanted maces as well, and like every enchanted book, which actually might be an achievement in that, we're gonna need to raid for a bunch of wind charge books and stuff, which easier said than done, but it means we're gonna need to raid several ancient cities, we're gonna need to raid several trial chambers to get not only two more heavy cores, but the wind charge books, because you can only get wind charge one, and so you'll need seven of them. The Swift Sneak books, because those two you can't get from an enchanting table. It would probably be a good idea to set up some sort of like XP farm through like Enderman, which is the best that you can do, but it means we need an Endermite, we need to build out a certain ways from the End Island, preferably use leaves for some stuff, or double layer carpet, stuff like that would be very important. But of course, there's only so much you can really do. Um, but that's if we decide to do it. Because it would be, because no matter what, it's going to be a long project. To, like, if we were to try and complete every achievement. Because I don't know how many, I think they add like over 1,000 or something. Like, I know they add multiple tabs, some of which being, like, extremely difficult. Like, I know there's one for flying, like, a kilometer in-game. Um, like, there's a bunch. There's one for every goat horn, meaning we'd have to breed goats and specifically get screaming goats so we can get, certain types of goat horns. Um, because you have to blow every goat horn for it. I remember that being one from, like, what I saw. Like, there's a bunch more. Um, because I really do think it would be an interesting one. Like, I know there's one for, all sorts of different things, like killing a certain amount of mobs. Um, I don't remember if, I know there's one for every banner pattern. I don't remember if there's one for every head. But I know there is a lot. Okay. Because, like, getting a stack of every block also includes each of the mob heads. So that's why I'm kind of debating, do we also add the head thing so we're not farming charged creepers? And then, like, putting God knows how many around it of stuff? Because, for example, piglins drop their own type of head. I don't know if the head mod, does that head yet or not. I know it does for, like, creepers and stuff, but yeah, it would make it more possible without absolutely grinding until I die. Because I have my limits on grinding as well. Like, I'm not going to grind for something till I die, for example. Um, but it doesn't mean I won't grind in games. Like, I actually enjoy it quite a lot. Um, but to an extent. Like, yeah, I could set up a macro that just auto does some stuff. I've done it before. But usually what I'll do, like, I'll set up either an auto clicker to do something, or I'll set up a thing that just goes and repeatedly presses my shift button for me. Because all I gotta do for it is record it, and then I can just have it on a continuous, like, loop back. It makes some of the grinding sessions and, like, for example, all the mods way easier for the mystical agriculture because you can do the crouching to speed them up. So I can just set that as a temporary macro and, like, go off, do some cleaning, come back, and boom, stacks upon stacks of essence. It makes my life so much easier. Um, because I know my friend sent me one and was like, "Does this work?" No, it didn't. I managed to just use my own stuff, but it's like that's the type of stuff that's actually, like, really useful for, like, big grindy moments, like all the mods. Because I know I've already talked to Husk about it, and I know he's been, oh shit. Yes, he's been, oh shit. Honestly, that's probably how he feels about some of the stuff. But I know recently he's been very busy. So, I haven't been able to do too much. I know I haven't, ow, 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 ow. I haven't really touched the, all the mods since last time we played. But it's definitely something I'm gonna want to do. Most likely. I don't know if he's done anything or not. I know the server's mainly been closed due to just busyness on both of our parts. Um, but I definitely want to get back into playing it more with him. Because yeah, I do want to try and 100% all the mods. I think that would be a fun one. I know there's an all the mods 10 now, apparently, but I'm doing the all the mods 9 Sky edition because I wanted to do the single block Sky block and see where we could go from one block. Um, but it's only an idea. to fully do, like, for example, all the mods 10 or stuff like that. Um, because I love Minecraft. I love Terraria, Stardew. I know I want to do modded Terraria in the future. I know when the Terraria update comes out, I'm gonna do it, as well as the same for when the Pale Forest comes out for Minecraft. I want to go and find one. Um, like, there are certain series that it's like, I'll play it until I have my full fill of, like, the game. But then there's others where it's like, for example, with, like, Minecraft. It's one of those games that I just enjoy a lot, and I can play for hours on end without issue. Because I'm crazy. Like, I'm one of those people who would be, who's like the last on the server before people like my friend group quits, and it's like, oh, well, okay then. Is it up or down? Ah, um, okay. This should help. There it is. Um, okay, so what I'm gonna want to do here is I am going to want to preferably, how high up am I? Because it was like 100 that I was at, I think. Ooh, I actually really close. If I go all the way down here again, oh no, it is 96. So if I go down here, for example, um, I could do something like this, and I will get to the Nether Fortress eventually. Um, but yeah, this is another example why I've actually thought about that one bridging mod, is just because I think it would be good for situations like this, where I'm like, okay, I need to get to insert place. Boy, would that be nice. And boom. Oh shit. Ow. Okay. We're doing this then. Interesting. There we go. And then I can just boom, boom. Okay. I actually want to grab these a bit too. And I can't even, like, look how much shit I have on me. Oh my god. I am so close to death. I need, like, something to make a chest. Ah! Jesus Christ. Okay, let's just blah, 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 blah. Ooh, I want the nether gold ore, though. Because that stuff's good. Because eventually I do want to get warped and stuff. I know there's something for all the wood types, too, actually. In that one data pack I was talking about. I do know that one for sure. Where the fuck did you come from? Jesus Christ! Got me over here almost dying. Okay. Gonna need a chest and crafting table. And I think I'm gonna kind of set up like a mini protection thing here. For my sake. Like, you can already hear how crazy it is. So I can do this. This. Yeah, look at all of this. I'll put this in here. And then I'll put most of the netherrack in here, not all of it, only because... Jesus Christ. Ah! Ow. Like, look at this. There's so many. Like, this is a great place to do a blaze farm and all, but... they also take up the mob cap. Ow. We just need to keep in mind, wither skeletons. There's one over there. Oh, yeah, like, you can already see, like, there's blazes all over the place. Because they made it so blazes don't need a spawner, technically, anymore. Jesus. Oh, there it is. Ow? What in the sniper? Jesus Christ. I'm actually debating going through here and, like, flattening it. Because blazes are going to be an issue. Like, where the frick did you three come from? And boom. And boom. Yeah, because they attack 3 times with their fireballs. And then they are melee temporarily. Yeah, I think kind of like here's what I'm gonna do with this part here. No, fucking skeleton. It's freaking lucky I don't have any more arrows. There, now they can't get out through flight. Oh my god, though, it's still loud as hell. Like, look at this. We're getting so many blaze rods, too. And I'll take the bones. Like, those are useful. The bow, I think I'll keep. Only because I know I'll need arrows. Anyway, to probably get rid of these guys. Yeah, look how many there are. I'm just keeping my eyes open. There's that upper place over there. Got my fingers crossed. Because we do need just outright, wither skulls. Yep, there's a place. Shooting its balls at me. Like always. Frickin' piglin. Because I'm kind of using this as a chance to fully get, like, a scope of the size of this thing. As well. Because I might turn this into a wither skeleton farm, I might not, I don't know. Like, either way, I'm going to need to, mob-proof the whole area for spawning. Like, there's going to be a lot of spawn-proofing that's going to be needed here. Same thing with any nether fortress, though. But, like, once I get wither roses as a big thing, that will be perfect. So, 8 in every... So, 8 in every 100 wither skeletons should give me what I need. But you got stuff like this, because the wither skeleton needs 3 blocks to spawn, and it only will spawn in what's considered a nether fortress. Nether fortresses, even if the blocks are removed, are considered still there. Also, whoever decided it was a good idea to make it so blazes can spawn in the nether fortress without a blaze spawner, while useful, it makes this more annoying. I should have brought a fucking hoe. Because that would have mined this quicker. But I don't got a hoe. Because what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to take, like, for example... Ow! Where'd he come from? Oh. Damn blazes. There. Another? Jesus Christ. How deep does this go? Okay. So we know this is where this one ends. So we're gonna want to kind of like... Oh, I Enderman. So we know it ends somewhere around here. Oh. Anyways, it ends somewhere in this area or region. There it is. Oh shit, I found a third one by complete accident. Something I did not expect to find today. But yeah, like, this is gonna be how we do this. It's gonna take time and effort. Ow! Bitch. And yeah, we're gonna have to deal with stuff like this by just removing it. But I think they can spawn on Netherrack. I don't know. They might only spawn on Nether brick. Ugh, that's the other issue. I don't know for sure, because it didn't say what blocks. My guess is it's just... And of course, we're gonna have to get rid of fire. That's just something we got to. But... Yeah. Because it needs to be below 7. So, unironically, these shroom lights, not only do I need them for future projects, but I need to remove them anyway. Boom. But yeah. That's the main plan for this. Is make this spawnable for wither skeletons. That is a very glitched mushroom right there. Oh, I see. It spawned here. All hail the mushroom. All hail. Should we make this mushroom our new god or something? Just a curiosity. I mean, that is pretty much how history created that stuff. Should this be a god? Yeah! I know people, like, one of the things I've been avoiding is, like, the leaks for the most part. With the Pokemon leaks. Because, God, is it hard not to hear about it. Especially if you, like, listen to Pokemon YouTube in any form. Like, dear God. It's like, bro. Like, because one of the things I've been unable to avoid is just some of those leaks. Like, for example, the whole one about Typhlosion and other Pokemon doing questionable things. And it's like, one, how was it translated? Because if it wasn't a professional translator, I don't fully trust it. And two, like, this is just folklore stuff. Just turned in, just Pokemonified. So it doesn't mean it's real. It's just folklore. The same type of thing with the Diamond and Pearl Library. Um, so it's kind of like, well, depends on a lot of stuff. But I kind of heard about that, and of course I heard about like the beta sprites. Like that's the only one I really was somewhat interested in was the actual like beta sprites for Gen 3 through 5. Like that's cool. I love seeing different layers to artistry and like different works. I mean, the quote-unquote original design for Metagross was terrifying, but it makes sense. like, from a standpoint of art, like, the whole thing that they do is they Pokemonify, like, their artwork. I thought that was kind of obvious. That, like, you think they draw in a Pokemon style all the time? No. And lo and behold, I was right on that one. Because, in all reality, they don't start off with Pokemon look all the time. Like, they will Pokemonify their actual art sometimes. So it's kind of like, are people really that surprised? Because I thought it was obvious, but then again, I also have done Fakemon and stuff and like done my own stuff. So it's kind of like I understand a lot more about how to do it. So that's probably one of the reasons. But even then, I thought it was just obvious. um, Nonetheless, though, I really do want to see, because like that's one of the few things I'm less like annoyed about with the leak stuff. For example, is like, okay, it's stuff from years ago. Okay then. But it's like stuff from years ago that's like, okay, that's some cool art. But then it's also the thing where it's like, oh boy. Because, like, you could watch Pokemon YouTube and, like, it just gets brought up and it's like, ah. Because, like, I usually don't watch it. I usually listen to it instead. Like, that's usually where I stand with Pokemon YouTube. Because that's just what I enjoy personally. Of course, that comes with pros and cons. But one of the things that always annoyed me about it was, like, bro, it, like, whenever there's, like, a big leak, you always got the people who are affected by that type of stuff as well, because, I mean, for example, a lot of people also got their personal information leaked in the process, which is not okay. Like, it's awful, in fact. Alls I know is whoever did it, Nintendo's probably gonna freaking castrate them, that's for sure. I mean, have you seen what they've done before to lesser things? They'd be lucky to get away with any form of it. Because it's probably only going to get worse for them, especially with the more they leak. So, if anything, they're just digging their own grave at this point. And, like, I know that they revealed stuff about some of the projects and new games, and it's like, I don't want to hear about that. Like, the whole thing of, well, people can play it online, etc. Or, like, well, one of the things a lot of people forget is, for all we know, just because of these leaks alone, Nintendo could just go, nope, we're not going to release this game now. Like, other game companies have done that, Nintendo included, with other games. It doesn't mean it will happen with Pokemon, but it's still another thing that's to worry about, because apparently, like, one of the things that someone brought up is just absolutely insane. In one of the videos I was listening to is just, well, people have apparently leaked like the early versions of ZA or something like that that is now playable on computer, and it's just like, bro, why? Like, it ruins the fun not only for just people who don't want to be spoiled, but it also, like, endangers people, one, and two, it's like, you're just gonna ruin this for everyone else. Like, that's one of the things I always hated about leakers. Like, yeah, a leak is fine here and there when it doesn't affect people. Like, if it's something from, like the beta sprites, for example, that are, like, back from Gen 3. That's the early 2000s, late 1990s area for, like, Gen 1, 2, and 3, and 4. And then 5. Like, those are, like, going... Gen 5 and 6 being, like, the closest to, like, okay, this is getting a bit far. Um, but it's kind of like... The whole thing of, like, it has to, like, kind of think of as the 10 plus years. So, like, the normal length of, like, copyright stuff. But even then, it just annoys me. Because it's like, why put people's lives at risk over a simple game? Like, yeah, I love Pokemon, and I love the games, but I hate leakers that do this when it, like, it ruins not only the game, in some cases they restart from scratch because it's like, well, now they know everything and we can't give them a cool surprise. I mean, one thing Pokemon recently did that I knew about only because Pokemon Home is if you complete the entire Paldea Dex and then every single Pokemon from that dex is transferred from Scarlet and or Violet, you get a shiny Meloetta, which is the first ever shiny Meloetta that can legitimately be gotten now. Which is crazy, but it's also like, it's very possible they did it to get people talking about something else Pokemon related. Oh shit, my golden helmet broke. And honestly, I see why they would want to do that. Like, especially with the amount of... Where the fuck did you come from? Especially with the amount of, like, personal information, for example, that got leaked. And it's why I don't like that type of stuff. I mean, I'll never understand why people fully do some of the stuff they do, but I really don't like it. Like, leaks are not good for any company in any form. Like, as much as some people might be like, ooh, cool, a leak, it's also the thing of, like, if the company didn't purposefully leak it themselves, then it's one of those things of, like, you gotta not only take it with a grain of salt, but then you also got the fact of, like, how many people get affected by this negatively. Because no matter what type of leak, it always is going to affect people negatively. Unless it is one that is directly from the company. Like, one of the biggest things that's always been a theory about Game Freak is that, like, for example, there's, like, from what I remember, like, back around the Indigo Disc, back when I still used Twitter often. Ugh. Honestly, thank God I don't use Twitter as much as I used to. It's nice to not be on, like, all those social networks constantly, like, worrying about stuff. Brings way more anxiety than you need. Um, but, like, for example, there's always, like, this one leaker that just kind of randomly appears here and there. And switches accounts in some cases to just quote-unquote different person where they will give riddles that actually are, like, leaks. But it's like, that's kind of the one where I'm like, they know so much that and stuff, but they're so specific that it makes people go guessing. And it makes me wonder if that's actually, like, Game Freak doing it themselves. Because they don't really have much of a hype season when it comes to Pokemon, for example. Um, but that's also when the, like, they don't have much of a hype season for anything, until, like, they release random stuff. Um, but whenever that random stuff is, like, hype season would be, is when the Riddler character ends up doing loads more out of, like, nowhere. Which is, like, one of the craziest things, and I know it's a pretty crackpot theory, but I've always been curious because it's like so specific, but it's also like, where the fuck are you getting all this information? How have you not been found out by now? Like, this is Game Freak and Nintendo we're talking about. People who are literally willing to sue over the smallest thing. Like, for example, suing Palworld over quote unquote um breaking one of their copyright things that apparently got finalized after Palworld already had come out. It's basically a copyright you can make on like a certain game system type thing. It's why, for example, like some games, you're like, God, I want to see more of that system, but you don't see a lot of it. In some cases, it's because it's been copyrighted, which is one of the dumbest things. Because, like, it originally was made to help with people being more creative, and okay, I can trademark, copyright, whatever else, this thing, and it forces people to come up with new ways to do things. But then you got this whole other section where it's like, well, because that happened, good luck finding a system because insert big company decided to copyright it, even if they didn't create it first. So now you can't use it. Like, and it's that way for quite a few different types of games, which is sad. I think there's a lot of games that definitely would work if they actually could use some of those systems that they're just not allowed to. Like, there's a lot of games like that. Oh my gosh, I thought that was a Wither Skull for a moment. I thought that was a Wither Skull. I just want a Wither Skull. But, yeah, there's a lot of interesting stuff in, like, general about, like, that whole shebangery. Um, but yeah. It's just one of those things that you kind of sometimes have to deal with. You know, it makes me kind of curious. If I were to... Oh, shit. And then... Yeah, because I don't think they're spawning down here, but if I, light it up, on the other hand, and make sure it's bright enough, they shouldn't. Because I don't know if Blaze is... Like, I don't know much about, like, full-on with Blaze spawns outside of, spawners. Because most of the stuff is known about their spawner, not the actual normal stuff. So it makes me kind of curious. But yeah, as you can see from over this, from the Wither Skeleton that went over here, sometimes we just gotta be careful. Shit. But yeah, they'll walk around and do stuff, so having, like, walls where they can't really run up is gonna be important as well. Oh, here's another blaze. But yeah, we're gonna need a lot of skulls. Because we're gonna need to kill a wither not only once, but we're gonna need it for a few other things as well. Because we need to make sure we can get some wither roses. Because you can't, the only way to get multiple is through the wither killing things. I could set up a wither rose farm. There are ways to do it, but I don't got the stuff for it. Yet, at least. Um, and that would be a great way to get, like, black dye, but it would require a chicken thing. So I'd have to set up a dispenser with eggs and stuff and all sorts of shebangery. First skull of the day! One more to go, actually, because we already have one. This is the one problem, though. And this is why, once we get our first Wither Roses is going to be important. Because what we can do is we can basically set up an area to sit. And that area we sit at will be an area where we can go the radius around us within a certain period, make it mob-proofed, and due to mob-proofing, then we can make it so it's only through, Oh shit, we got another one. I didn't even notice that one. Wonder when we got it. Basically, I'm just gonna check after every Wither skeleton kill. Probably came from one of the ones we just killed or something. But yeah, because once we get we're gonna need a lot of them, either way, so we're gonna want to spawn the Wither, but we're gonna want an area full of chickens. Ooh, number 3! Holy shit! Boom. But, each Wither Rose will allow a spot where only the Wither skeleton can spawn. And the point for us is to make a certain area where they can spawn, and then they will get attracted down by, I believe it's turtle eggs we need to use? So either way, we're gonna need turtle eggs for farms. A Zabi Piglin farm, if we wanted an automatic one, we would want, to get that specifically. If not, we would just have to shoot or punch one. But there are ways around that. Doesn't mean they're easy, but there's ways. Like, I know for me, like for a magma cube thing, you either need a basalt delta or a magma cube spawner from the bastion. Like, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Those are the only ways, really. If you want, like, an actual good auto thing. But, if you use powdered snow in it, you can make it so they go to their smallest form, and then get eaten by a frog of each type to make an auto frog-light farm. So, it will take this, break it down naturally through freezing, break it down again until it's small, and the frogs will go home, home, and just give loads and loads of frog lights. It's actually a really nice farm, especially if you plan to use lots of them. Hey, Wither Skellies. Nice, 2 and 1. Ooh, there's some more up there. But yeah, the Wither Rose is also the main way we're going to be getting Wither for Furious Cocktail. And how did we get here? Because those are 2 of them that are going to be a nightmare to get. Because we're going to need to get a Shulker to the overworld. But the good part about Shulkers in the overworld and in general is if they hit themselves with their thing, they duplicate. Like, I know it's a bit of a glitch and stuff, but doesn't mean I don't use it. Same thing with TNT duping. It's technically a glitch that the only reason they haven't gotten rid of it is sheerly because they don't have a way to naturally make TNT doable. Because sand is not farmable. Yeah, you can use Wandering Traders, but you need a glitch to truly farm sand. Which requires duping. It's why TNT duping is one of the most commonly accepted of the duping strategies in general. Is because it's been directly stated by Minecraft themselves that, yeah, it's still in the game because they chose to keep it. Which I think is a really cool little thing. Oh shit, another head. We're on 4 now. Damn. There goes the first one. Number 2. I will say, I have gotten a lot better with a bow in this game over most weapons sheerly from that. Like, Factions has helped me with some crazy weapons in the past. Because I used to play it when I was younger. Like, I used to play it with friends. Back when I was, a lot younger, actually. But I still play it, but I still have actually debated playing it until I realized, oh shit, there's like none left that are actually like good faction servers. So and even then, I'm not much of a PvPer. I've always been the technical guy in any server with my friends. Like, that's the reason I am always that person in, factions. Because I'm actually good at it. Oh my god, there's 3 of them. Where'd that skeleton go? I don't know where he went. We got 4 skulls, though. Like, that's great. 1 more and we can do 2 withers. There's some more skellies up there. Because I do want to try and actually, like, kill the wither today. That is the main plan. And if not kill the wither, at least prepare. And then... Ow. We're at 6! Holy shit, we got 2 from that? 2 more and we technically could go for a 3rd. How greedy am I feeling today? Now that is the true question. Oh, there's another one. And another one. But yeah, as you can see, some of them do spawn down here. Oh my gosh. 7. Oh. That one's down. Boom! But yeah, we're definitely gonna, cause I know you're gonna need soy soil. Yes, soy soil. It's the soy sauce version. The soy soil. Soul soil is gonna be needed for growing the wither roses in here, or dirt. Soul like either way. Um, but it's gonna be a great way to get what we need. Oh my god. Um, there we go. There's another over here. I will say, though, definitely getting a lot of other stuff. Like, this is a great way to get all the coal I might need. As well as, like, bones. Like, that's one of the nice things. Like, if like, I could technically set it up, with a, ow, with a wolf. So if I got a normal wolf and put it in the farm, it would be able to auto-kill them, but I'm worried it would wither away a few times. But it would allow me to AFK the farm. The other way to do it is just click, 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 click. Okay, now play the loop. Basically. Like, that's probably the other way I would have to do it. But it would be semi-automatic at that point, not true automation. Another way would be through minecarts, but... And I don't know if it works for, everything. But yeah, if we can do the Wither Skeleton farm, it's just gonna be over. We'll be golden. No more issues. There we go. Let's just give it a moment. Still at 7. But yeah, look at our inventory. Got so much shit. And it's not even good shit. It's just random shit I don't need. Ow. Ooh, more coal. Might as well grab it. Oop, there's a skeleton down here. Just grab it. Well, that's awkward for it. It's like, haha, I'll get... Basically, it just cuts off. I'll get you next time, Batman! I love when something like that happens. When mobs end up fighting each other. Because it's always so satisfying. Okay. I will check up here again, because sometimes they spawn up here. Yep. grab the coal. But, yeah, we're gonna stop by the chest, and collect what we need, before we leave, after we get this next skull. Oh my god. Next skull. That's the plan, at least. Ow. There we go. Come on. Am I seriously... Fine. Fire protection for the win! This is why I love the fire protection enchantment. Oh, hi, Wither Skeleton. Ow. Well, that skeleton's fucked. And then... here comes the next one. Yeah, like, these guys have a great range in terms of, like, aggro, which definitely helps. And, like, look at all the bones down on the ground. Well, if it ain't old Two Toes. There he goes. Ah? Okay. And... magma cubes are more annoying than slimes, surely because they actually deal damage to you even in their baby form. That's what makes them more annoying. No other reason. Okay. Still at 7. I'd prefer another one, but if not, that's okay, because I believe we can make a skull banner pattern and have an extra if we so choose. And I think I'm okay. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ! I'm okay. Definitely okay. Definitely didn't about piss myself there. Yeah, because I don't need all of this, but I'm taking what I do need. I'll take the glowstone, I'll take my book. And now what I can do is 1, 4, 5, 77, 1, 4, 3, 5. Negative, specifically. I might want my wings. I need to head back to 0, 0, though. Hey, Iris. Hope you're doing well today. You joined at a very crazy time. By crazy, I mean literally, like, after we just farmed out 7 wither skulls. So we can actually spawn the wither, which is what I've been wanting to do. The plan is to get back to base. We need to get to 0, 0, basically. That's one of the nice things about living near 0, 0. Because it's easy to remember. And collecting a bunch of this. Yay! More netherrack! One moment. There we go. My hair was falling into my face. But yeah, yesterday, right after I ended stream, not even 10 minutes later, I lost power. Um, so the county was doing a bunch of, like, wire cleaning and stuff around the electric wires and stuff because ground wires? What are those? That's basically what it's like in America. America! Fuck yeah! Who made that song originally? I don't remember, actually. I should probably look that up. Um, either way, though. Um, oh yeah, they're gonna be mad at me. You think they're following me? It's hard to tell. My fat face is in the way. Oh, you were? Here since the Pokemon discussion? Fair. Yeah, the whole Pokemon League stuff is annoying. But yeah, I've just been, doing my own thing. I know I need to talk to Husk a bit more, with the all the mod stuff. See if, he wants to hang out, because I know he has Phasmophobia as well. It depends if he ever wants to play it with me or not. Because I'd love to play it with friends. I think it would be a lot more fun if I played it with friends. But yeah, the main stuff I plan to do is just wither, get the rest of the wool I need, yay, and nether roof are the main ones I want to try and do. But yeah, I really think it would be fun to do a data pack on here. The question is how much I'm willing to put myself through. Even if we don't like 100% a data pack, I just feel like having the extra achievements might just be fun for the lulz. Once we hit 0, I can just go to base. And we can better figure out, okay, this is where we need to go. And, like, eventually I should set up another highway to here, over to the Nether Fortress. Because I think that's going to be a better place to set it up. Let's just do this. We'll get to 0, and then we can go to the other 0 easily. But, yeah, I've even thought about adding quality of life mods. I know I mentioned that, but there was the one quality of life mod, that I'm just thinking of now, and that's mouse tweaks. It is probably my favorite quality of life mod in Minecraft, because it actually allows you to, like, hold shift click and just go from your inventory. Like, I feel like that should be in the base game of Minecraft. Like, it's such a good tweak. Like, there's a reason and it's in almost every single mod pack. Like, another one that would be fun, like, if I were to go and add, like, data packs and mods, one that could be fun is just the missing mob vote mobs. Stuff like that. Just for the fun and the lulz of it. But then again, that would fall a bit far into from normal Minecraft to more modded. Like, if I were to add mods, it would be basic vanilla stuff mainly. But, I know I've been talking with some of my friends, and we've been talking about, like, actually doing, a Minecraft server or something in vanilla, and I'm just thinking to myself, you people are gonna get so fucking bored so quickly. I know how you are, type thing. And I'm just gonna be left alone with the server, just like, hello? Anybody there? So that's why I was like, At most, add a few mods, like the voice one, the voice chat mod that allows like for the full on like chat system with proximity. Like that would be fun. Maybe even MC Origins, make it a fabric mod pack. Like I love the MC Origins, but if I were to keep one origin that I'm not going to use on stream, it's the ones that affect your vision. Like I like the ones that affect me heavily because it's one of those things of like, okay, I gotta build my house in a weird way. Perfect. Like I think that would be fun. Of course, it would have its limits. But yeah, I nonetheless, I still think it would be cool. Um, Geez, this is some. I really should have brought a shovel. Also, I love. Wait a minute. Skulk replaceable? And wait, this soul soil can be used for a wither? Because it says wither summon base block. Can you actually use soul soil? Now I'm actually curious. Interesting. I just noticed that on the targeted block thing. If that does work, that's actually a cool little find. That's something I might just go to, like I might actually make my first post to Blue Sky if that's true, with like a clip of me using it, if it is true. Um, and that's if someone actually makes a clip of it and or I remember to go back and make a clip of it post stream. But like huh, I never knew that. I'm doing this because I know what's gonna happen. I hear a ghast. We all have a feeling we know what's gonna happen here. So now I kind of know this is up here. Um, and I can just easily go right over to here. I'm so glad I can actually remember where my shit is sometimes. But yeah, I definitely want to try this now. Because if it does work, holy shit. Of course, I'm still going to set up the stuff just in case. Like, worst case scenario, it doesn't work. Best case scenario, it does. And we get a really cool clip out of it, showing people things no one realized, or very few realized. Nylium, brick. Do I have a wart block thing? Plants. Oh, wart blocks. Um, lighting, mob drops. Boop, boop. I might need to make another one. Ammo, coal, quartz, light, and boom. Okay, we need to heal our stuff. I, you know, I just had an idea of something else I could use instead of sticks for Fletchers. I could actually make an automatic string farm. Like there's ways to make duped string and stuff in this game. In case you didn't know that, you learned something new. Um oh, I meant to hold this in my hand. And then No, I did not mean to buy those. Fuck. I meant to buy the carrots. Well, I can put those in there. Still good to have. Um, okay. Because I need them to restock whenever they restock. Do I have any Fletchers that sell for want string? Yes. 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 So it might not be a bad idea to set it up. I just need to remember. So I know I need tripwires. So I remember it's something like this. Then you have the tripwires here. Then it's like trap doors or something like that. It's like really particular. I can't remember. Is it hoe or axe? It's axe.